I like that the opening shot was Dollar General, because they're every, 5 miles or something? Oof, car scraping again. On the other side this time, because the road was, washed out, and nobody bothered to put cones up or anything. In fact, it's still the way it is, and nobody has put cones up or shut that road down. That whole road should be shut down, but they have it open. I think what's happening, because I've been seeing all these giant potholes and shit everywhere. I've never seen it like this before. Usually the storms come in, you have a rough couple of days. The highway departments, they get on it, they fix all the major potholes and stuff, and then over time they fix the smaller ones. But it's there's these major ones in high traffic areas that are just every fifth person that hits them gets a full-on flat tire, and they just leave it. And it's you just see cars just lined up after a certain pothole, just all flat tires. It's they just leave it, and I'm well, what the fuck are they doing? Is this are we starting a new war on cars? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if you're trying to save how much gas people use, me as a DoorDasher, I'm actually saving people gas, because it's more efficient if I'm already at the store to pick your order up and your neighbor's order up and bring them out to you, instead of both of you driving all the way from your neighborhood to the store back to your house. See what I mean? So, yeah, I really want that electric dirt bike thing. Holy shit, thinking about that makes me so happy. I just want it, I just want it. It's really only actually, I don't know how much it is. I know e-bikes in general are about $1,000, so I'm hoping it's not too much more than that. But honestly, if I could get out from underneath this car, I would have plenty of money for that. So Sunday, which is tomorrow, this couple has a dog, and they live in Memphis. They're leaving me the keys tomorrow. They're leaving, and I have to take care of this dog and their house and everything. But that means I get to park at their house. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to go down, because it might just be street parking. I don't know if they have a garage or parking next to the house, because every time I've been there, I've just parked in the street. You know what I mean? Their cars would be taking up those spots. The place I stayed at before, they would let me pull my car into the backyard and I could close the gate. The gate did not lock, but it was a super safe neighborhood as is, and the gate gave kind of a sense of, if you had to physically open the gate, you'd be on camera at that point and stuff. So, this other place, it's more sketchy. I don't really know. But my plan is to go down there and then walk to one of the e-bikes that you can rent and work off an e-bike, and then come back and let the dog out and potty and give him his meds and all that, and stay with him overnight, that kind of thing. So I'll have a place to stay overnight. I'll consider doing my laundry. They told me I could do my laundry, but their house is so disgusting, guys. They need to tear it down. It's sad. It should have been torn down 20, 30 years ago. But it looks like it might be historic, so it's probably one of those situations where they have to renovate it. So the owner of the house is renting it to these kids. I have no idea if it's even legal, because I guarantee you, if they had any sort of inspection done to have renters come in, it would have failed the inspection. So this must be some sort of under-the-table type thing. I imagine these kids probably have bad credit or no money or something, and this person's letting them rent from him, so they're just stuck with it. It's making them sick. You can tell. I looked at pictures of them online. They look like they're sick. I want to help them get out, obviously, but there's really nothing I can do. There's entire cities that are having this problem. If you look at Little Rock, Hot Springs, it's not just them that's dealing with this, and it sucks. And I mean, as I'm talking about this, we're talking about, we're looking at footage of prefab homes collapsing in on themselves. You know what I mean? It's these are the conditions that people are forced to live in, and it really sucks. And I bellyache and talk about, oh my god, I hate that I'm homeless, I hate that I live in my car, and all this stuff. But in reality, it might be better than a lot of people's situations. And it really sucks, because it could be different. It really could be. A lot of these people are able-bodied people. If they just had the time and money, they could build themselves a fucking house. But they're in debt. They have to work all these hours. They don't have any time. They have the economy is screwing us all up the ass. I just want out of the rat race. So yeah, the e-bike, I want to get that because it just sounds fun. And I have a motorcycle helmet already, and oh my god, like I'm so ready for an e-bike. And then hopefully I'll find a place to stay somewhere. Like I don't really know how I'm gonna work that part out, because like staying in my car sucks, but it's also expensive. You know, like I don't have car insurance. I can't even afford car insurance. But I have to make a car payment. It's due on the 20th. Today's the 16th. It's like $790 something. I've already given up on it. I'm already like, you know what? I'm not going to make that payment. I'm going to call them like the day before and be like, sorry, that's not going to go through. Can we do something about that? Every time before, they've always been like, oh yeah, that's fine. And they've redone it or whatever. Because overall, they make more money. They're going to make more money in late fees and interest and, you know, whatever other fees. Like, they're going to make a lot more money off of me that way. So what my plan is today, I really need marijuana. I ran out, which sucks. It's like really far away to get, and it takes a long time to actually get it. So I pretty much have to take like a whole day off work and have to make sure I have enough cash and all that stuff. And that was the problem last time, was I really didn't have enough cash, because like I went and I barely didn't have enough cash to get what I wanted. And so I ran out, and then I went back again, but I didn't have nearly enough cash to get what I needed. And so now I have a little bit more cash today, so I'm like, well, I'll go back again today. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, I guess I really need to, you know, my mental health is like important, you know? And if I'm over here saying stuff like I want to die, I wish I was dead, and like feeling that way, and I know that marijuana is going to change those feelings, and I can be happy and I can function without being like paralyzed. Like I didn't even start moving until like 1 o'clock today. Like I just like laid in my car just like, ugh, like I don't want to move, I don't want to get up, I don't want to drive, I don't want to work, I just want to die. I've just been like being a dick to one of my friends all day. Like he doesn't deserve that, you know? But I know once I get this marijuana, I will feel better, and then I can go on, you know, living my life. And really want to get my medical card, but that's like a whole thing where it's like you have to set up a doctor's appointment, and you have to go to that, you have to pay for that, and then you have to pay the state, and then you have to wait on the state, and then they issue you it, and then you have to print it out, and then, you know, once you print it out, you got to keep up with it. You know, it's just like, I don't know, sometimes just driving 2 hours is just easier than all that, because I'd have to pay a bunch of money that I don't have for the card. And I get that, like, it's only a yearly fee, it's not that much overall. Like the money I would save in gas alone would be like 3 times as much what I would be spending on the card. But it's just something I haven't done yet. Like my taxes, I haven't done my taxes yet. I need to do my taxes. And then once I do my taxes, I can have proof of income, and I can do more things, because things like food stamps, housing, healthcare, all those things, they want proof of income. But when it's like, oh, I work for DoorDash, you know, one day I made $340, another day I spent $30. You know, it's like, so, you know, anywhere from positive $340 to negative $30 is how much I'm making a day. And then it's like, you look at it monthly, well, this month I made this much money, but this month I made half that, and then this month I made, you know, a completely different amount. Like, so you can't really say how much you're making per month or whatever. And then it's also hard because it's like, okay, I made X amount of dollars, but I spent X amount of dollars in gas. You know, it's like, on this day, I made $80, but I spent $40 in gas. Plus, I'm going to have to pay taxes on all this. So, usually, like, I never know what to say. You know, I'm like, when people ask me, like, I had to go to the health department to get an STD test, and I was I don't know if those numbers are accurate, but like you spend a shit ton of money on gas, and all that's going to come out in tax season. So I'm hoping that when I get my taxes done, it'd be pretty cool if I got some money back, actually. Because I mean, I've just been working in red states. Like I don't want them to have any of my money, so at the very least, I'm going to break even. But it'd be nice to get some money out of them, you know? I mean, if I was in a blue state, obviously I would want to pay in as much in taxes as I could to help the state. But in a red state, it's like, how can I get out of this without giving a fucking dime, you know? Telling you, they don't prepare these roads because they're trying to get less people to drive cars. So all the roads are just like really fucked. First Baptist Church. Nice. Big pond out front. It's a cool church. It's a pretty church. I like that church. You know, a lot of times I think churches are tacky, but that one's very nice. Made me feel good. I like it. It's a lovely little church. Covington Country Club. Oh, the wrench and destruction of nature. They really get a hard on for that shit, don't they? Jesus, looks like a tornado hit that. Hope this truck goes a different way than what I'm going. Fuck me. Yeah, take your time. No one's waiting on you. You never know if they're gonna turn or not, because like half the people don't even use a blinker. You know what? I might go to the gym tonight. Might. finding somewhere to sleep, which is why I'm considering going to the gym. Maybe my gym dues are due tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna go through or not because I don't know if I have enough money in that account. I'm supposed to get online banking or something, but they were like, "Oh, you have to fill out this application and then we'll email you." And then I never noticed the email, so it's just like lost somewhere in my emails. I'm not even sure what to look for to find it, so I don't really care because like they should have just set up online banking when I asked them to. Because I asked them twice. I asked them when I was first there, and they're like, "Oh, you have to apply." And then I called them again later, and I was like, "Well, can we set this up now?" And they're like, "Oh no, you should have got that application. You should have got the response to your application in your email." It's like, can I just get online banking? Whatever. I'll just go to the bank and check my balance, I guess. You know, if you don't want to do it, like, it's fine. It's fine. You can't make people do things, you know? Sometimes you just gotta go without. By sometimes, I mean, like, pretty much all the time. Except for weed. We don't have to go without weed. We can make a special trip for weed. But love and hugs and companionship and understanding and friendship, yeah, no. I'm borderline. Gotta live without that shit. Ain't nobody ever gonna like me like that, you know? Who is honking at who? Like, there's nobody behind me. I don't know where that came from. That was so weird and random. Ice cream with the little leaf on the logo. Briars, is there an R in that word? I don't know. I'm sure that's a high-paying job. Well, you know what? In this economy, it probably isn't. You know, they're probably making not shit. Now I wonder how much they make. I went to Amazon one time to do a delivery. And this girl's like, "Oh, I'm third tier." And I was like, "Oh, how much do you make?" She's like, $19 an hour. I'm like, "Oh." She's like, "You should work for Amazon. We're hiring." I was like, "Oh, no thanks." Oh, no, I was just like, "I'll look into it." Yeah, I was like, "I'll look into it, sure." Because I wasn't going to be mean, you know? I wasn't going to be like, you're 2 positions higher than an entry-level position. And you're making like $5 less than what I make now. And they were like not doing their jobs one day. It had like snowed, and I bought a heater for my car thinking I could get like an adapter thing to like plug it in, but I couldn't afford the adapter thing, so I just returned the heater because the storm was like already over. You know, it's Arkansas, it doesn't last more than like a couple of days. So I went to Walmart, and they're like, the money center thing was closed, so like, we're not doing refunds. And they were all just like standing around, like doing nothing. And so I asked them, I was like, "Is this what y'all are doing today? Just standing around doing nothing?" And like, "What makes you think that?" I'm like, that's literally what you're doing. And then they start talking shit. They're like, "Well, if you don't like it, or if you something," they're like, "Well, if I don't know, something, you should apply to work here or something." And I was just like, "Okay, how much do you get paid here?" And they were like, "What?" I'm like, "How much do you get paid here? You said I should apply here. How much do you get paid?" And they're like, "Oh, well, what? What?" And I'm like, "You're the one who said I should apply here. I'm not gonna apply here if I don't know how much it pays." And they're like, "Well, the money center pays $9.75 an hour." And I'm like, "No, I'm not taking a pay cut. Fuck." And they're like, "Well, I guess you don't need the money then." I'm like, what? That doesn't even make sense. instead of like, and this is the same problem we had with the war on drugs, instead of just like punishing people and hurting them physically and financially, why not just make it to where that's the way society operates? Why not just build cities that are walkable instead of fucking like leaving the roads fucked up? Doesn't make any sense. That sign said, "Parents who host lose the most." There's something about underage drinking. I don't know. You know, I never had that in high school. You know how people are like, "Oh, the cool parents are the ones that let you drink, you know, their alcohol or whatever." I never had that in high school. Like, all the kids who drank did it behind their parents' backs, and then all the parents who were like cool with it, all their kids were like the Jesus freaks. You know, they were the ones that were like serious about the purity ring, and like they did not drink unless it was communion. But those parents were the ones that probably would have hosted. Like if their kid was like, "Hey, I want to party," they'd be like, "Well, I'd rather you do it at my house so I know you're safe," you know. But because they were good kids, right? I mean, I guess that's what it is. The good parents. Well, I don't know about all that, but still, you know what I mean? It was just like a whole thing. Ugh. There was this guy in high school, had the same name as me, and we got out of high school and he overdosed on drugs. Everyone thought it was me. I'm like, I didn't even do drugs in high school, the fuck? Not everyone. A couple of people thought it was me. And then one time in high school, our first day of school back, one of the seniors crashed his car because he was drinking and driving the night before and died. So we held his funeral in the gym, and we all lined up and hugged his mom. She gave us pictures of him. And at graduation, we did this whole thing for him because like it was his senior year. It was the night before his senior year he died. And so when we graduated, he was supposed to graduate with me. We did it. Yeah, like we said his name, you know, like we called his name, like he was gonna go walk up there. We had his mom walk up. I don't think she was expecting it. We asked her to be at graduation, and gave her a picture of him, you know, looking nice. And it was sad, you know? It was really sad. Everybody knows everybody there, so it was like losing a family member. trifecta of my favorite places: Walmart, Taco Bell, and Burger King. Pulled off into that Dollar General down there on the left back there. It was sketchy. I was there for less than 5 minutes, and like, I did not even get out of my car because there was people looking at me like they were gonna fuck with me if I got out of my car. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but it was just like fucking sketchy. Like the way people were whipping up in there, the type of unmarked, beat up cars they were driving, the guns they were carrying, just everything about it was sketchy as fuck. It looked like they were gonna rob me or something as soon as I opened my door, so I just left. Like I said, they were all staring at me too, like they were gonna do something. It wasn't just like they were, in shitty cars or something. It was like they were looking at me.